Hi, this is Sarah from Align with Sarah. This month we're talking about listening as our piece of wellness. And today's video is talking a little bit about listening to the conversations that we have um, with other people. And I do talk a lot about in my practice listening to the conversations our body is trying to have with us, trying to find that homeostasis, trying to find those places to heal. Our body brings up awareness of weak areas of the body and tries to begin a conversation. So, listening to conversations, talking about that just a little bit, listening to how you arrive to a conversation, whether you expect to spread your opinion, if you're invested in your own thoughts and proving them to other people, noticing that, listening to that, if that's how you're arriving to a conversation, arriving to a conversation where it's an agreement, where you only want people that agree with you, or the opposite of that, you can seek out people and be dedicated to conflict, to investing in conflict. You can also be showing up for a conversation to grow pieces of life that just complaining, where you're not even really invested in a conversation. It's just kind of like a dueling battle of complaining or growing grumpiness, I guess is another way to say it. Or are you arriving at a conversation where you're there to learn something new, where you're there to truly listen to what's happening, and you can potentially be spreading your own beliefs, positive or negative, the complaining or conflict. But it's not one or the other of each of them. There's probably like a mix of things that come together. But that there's so much value in taking time to listen and be aware. Very often I talk about that like rhythm of noticing and shifting. And this month we have this extra experience of listening, and we can put listening in there in so many different places. And it seems like the more noticing we do, it opens up the door for so much more listening. And what we listen to can make how we shift uh, be more effective, or um, we can shift more things, we can notice more places, we can come behind the experience when we notice, oh, I wanted to say this in that situation, so what got in my way, noticing, shifting, listening in all those places, um, to be able to notice more and shift better. So applying that concept of listening into conversations, and just to talk a tiny bit more, one more concept. This came about from the book group discussion of last week when we're talking about the four agreements. And the concept in that book is that same concept I talk about with that subconscious mind, where we're looking for proof of what we believe. Um, these belief systems are established and we have agreed to them. So now we're living them, and then it's our job to notice them and to challenge them and to realize, is this really impeccable living? Is this the way that I want to be living? And realizing that there's a choice here. Um, and then it sparked this thought in my head about that agreement, and then the difference between um, you know, having a conversation with somebody that agrees with you versus, and then that becomes an agreement where you're just kind of growing the same thing. And then having that conversation with somebody that has the total opposite view, and spending time listening to how I would approach that, or how I do approach that when somebody has that belief system of healing is hard. I need all this expensive stuff, and I need to, invest, tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars in tests and this and that and the other thing. And then, my version is your body already knows the answer. Yes, there might be supportive things that you can, do for your body, but don't forget, only you can heal you. Only your body can heal you. How are you optimizing your body's environment to heal? That's your job. That's your awareness's job. Learning something new, applying something different, um, releasing some stress, acknowledging, noticing, and shifting the stress in your life. Because every thing out there that you can be diagnosed with, I would say not everything, let's say 85% of the things that you can be diagnosed with, the cause of that is stress. There is a cause of that, which is stress. Listed in the medical diagnostic log thing, stress, high blood pressure, obesity, um, the list can go on and on and on related to stress. How are you noticing the stress in your life? How are you acknowledging that you can change that stress? That's the conversation that you can have to break the agreement that you have of why you need all that stress in your life. So, lots of thoughts. This is a longer video, a little bit of rambling and scrambling, but there's a lot about that listening and the conversation and that agreement piece where I feel like I wanted to share that. So I hope that it helps. I hope that feels inspiring. I hope that makes you wonder a little bit. And I will talk to you again real soon.